Hi guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Then and Now, the series in which we're looking at early incarnations of games and comparing them to the later releases in the series. This week we're going to be taking a look at Tomb Raider 1 and comparing it to the self-titled Tomb Raider on the Xbox 360. I can still remember when the first Tomb Raider game was released. It was a bloody long time ago, 1996 to be precise. I was still in primary school, and yet I can still remember the buzz in the classroom that Lara Croft had created. There was something iconic about this pistol-wielding, feisty adventurer that really grabbed the curiosity of the video game community. Looking back at the game now, it may be hard to see it as a groundbreaking title it once was, but it was truly groundbreaking nonetheless. I'm sure part of the reason was because the protagonist was a female for a change. Perhaps things needed a shake-up. I mean, why do we always have to play as a muscular guy who smokes a cigar? Duke Nukem. I don't think it was just a ploy to use sex appeal to sell games, though I will admit those triangular titties did cause much titillation. I'm sorry for saying tit so many times. And yes, I did just say it again. Lara was more than just a marketing ploy to play on the desires of drooling fanboys. She was a genuinely impressive and well thought out character. The game itself holds up surprisingly well even now. Exploring vast caverns, tombs or abandoned temples will always be entertaining. The focus in this game was exploration, puzzle solving and gathering precious treasures. Even though the graphics look quite dated, the game is still really atmospheric. Part of that is down to the sinister lack of music, but also I feel that the isolation of the game helps. Although you do encounter dangerous animals and people out to get you, these are used sparingly, which helps to give the tense feeling that you're exploring on your own with no one to help you should you plummet to your death.
I'm not quite sure if I've got yours though. Hello?
Graphically, for the time this was a great game. The CGI cutscenes were impressive, as were the vast caverns, waterfalls and other environmental treats for the eye. Looking back now, well, it's all rather blocky. Blocky walls, blocky animals, blocky puzzles involving pushing or pulling blocks. But who cares? People love that type of thing. Just look at Minecraft for God's sake. So let's have a block party. Controlling the game isn't quite as easy as I remembered. The jumping can feel a little delayed and takes some getting used to. I fell to my death with a sigh of frustration more times than I'd care to remember, but I did get used to things in the end. Combat is a pretty straightforward affair. All you really have to do is press shoot because everything is auto-aimed for you. Nevertheless, combat somehow still retains an element of excitement, and again I think this boils down to its scarcity in the game. Tomb Raider 1 does have a story, though I wouldn't exactly call it the focus of the game. Lara is trying to find pieces of the mystical Scion artifact, a source of great evil power. It does enough to hold things together, but it's not exactly mind-blowing. I'm not exactly sure what this has to do with dinosaurs. It was a bit of a shock discovering a large T-Rex was about to bite my head off in the first cave, but oh well. Dinosaurs are always cool, I guess. Well, as you know, there have been so many Tomb Raider games, I've almost lost track with them. I stopped playing personally after Tomb Raider 3. Now I know Tomb Raider purists may shoot me for saying that, but I've kind of had my fill of Lara Croft by that point. However, it was with the release of Tomb Raider on the Xbox 360 that my interest in the series once again peaked, and I was ready to delve back into the world of Lara Croft.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do.
Well, the latest Tomb Raider game is one of the best things I've played this year. It is pretty much everything you could want in a survival game. It's a great concept. Here we learn of Lara's early life, her backstory, and watch her develop into the legend that we know her to be today. Graphically, this is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. The character detail is superb, and Lara has been transformed from an angulated mess into a real, expressionate, believable person. Combined with the fantastic attention to detail in the environments, the game is really immersive. I suppose the biggest difference between this and the first game is the cinematics. It almost feels like you're playing a movie. It's so engrossing. The game flows brilliantly. Where the old rolling boulder scene in the old games felt a bit stilted, here falling down tunnels, staggering through caves and making death-defying jumps just feels exhilarating. I know some of you may not be fans of quick-time events, and sure, they can be a little annoying, but on the whole it helped to keep you involved and add to the excitement of the game's knife-edge moments. There is a really great focus on story here, and you'll find yourself becoming attached to Lara as she struggles to survive after she becomes shipwrecked. Learning the fate of the other crew members and discovering the evil secrets of the island is really engrossing and keeps you addicted to the game. Combat in this game is much more abundant than in the first game, but that isn't a bad thing. The system is great, and there are usually several ways to approach an area, from the subtle but deadly bow, my personal favourite, to a more all guns blazing approach. And stealth plays a big part too, which keeps things nice and varied. Certainly some situations will lead to instant death if you try to take on everyone at once, and it's fun to plan your actions accordingly. It's true that most of us are suckers for RPG style elements in our games, and we can rely on Square Enix to deliver that type of thing with aplomb. Gain experience points by killing things and exploring, and spend it at campfires on survival skills. It's fun to play a part in Lara's development, and anything involving experience points adds to that extra element of addiction. All in all, I don't have a bad word to say about this game. It's a great example of a way to develop a series properly, with well thought out new mechanics and a different approach, while keeping the game's core features still present. If you haven't played this yet, well, get it now. I would strongly advise you to play this. It's just so damn good. Well guys, thanks a lot for watching this comparison of Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider on the Xbox 360. As always, if you've liked this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Alright guys, take care and I'll see you next time.